finished my workout, and one of the things I do is I'm paying attention to my body, to my alignment. I'm always looking at what my right side looks like compared to my left side. So one thing that you may not know is in January I had a really bad hamstring tear. That's this muscle right here. On MRI, it showed probably about a 90% tear. And about a month and a bit later, when I had a PRP injection, the ultrasound, they said approximately about an 80% tear at the tendon. That meant that most of it was torn off and it had to heal. So I've been rehabbing the weakness that has occurred as a result of having that tear and then being off my leg and unable to weight lift. So there's a lot of changes between my left leg and my right leg. This is something that I've seen in clinic for years. Take an old surgery, an old injury, a habit, and I will see these discrepancies from right to left in everyone. So I wanted to take this opportunity to go over one exercise that probably we all do almost every single day of our lives as an opportunity to address these discrepancies. So you're in my garage gym right now. Can't guarantee what will or won't happen. My dog, I can hear him rustling inside. He may come out for a visit. But I want to go over a stair climb. So just a plain, simple walking up a step. And I bet most of you have never paid attention to this. For the most part, you're just running up the flight of stairs to get to the top or putting that thing away, or whatever the reason is you're going up the stairs. But how we walk upstairs can be an everyday exercise for our bodies, okay? First of all, one of the things that we want to pay attention to when we walk up the stairs, I want to address the client population that has knee pain when they walk up or downstairs. I have had clients with arthritis, tendonitis, the worst knee pain for years, and I've been able to take it away. That doesn't mean it's always going to work, but it does mean that there's hope if we pay attention to the technique we're using. So the first thing we do when we walk up the stair is we put one foot in front of the other. Now, how we're doing that matters. Generally, what I see is most people tend to lift off the back leg and push themselves up the stairs, and they're not using that front leg very much. So if we look at the mechanics of a stair climb, if I'm not going to use my back leg, I need to shift my weight forward. So if we had a little marker and drew a little straight line right down, my weight is now over the middle of my front foot. But you notice that my back has now leaned forward. My weight is forward. I have to lean even more over that front foot and then stand up. So the first thing I want to look at, the first thing that I addressed was your knee, okay? That's my dog. The knee has to track forward. It shouldn't be tracking back or staying over the ankle. It's meant to track forward. So one of the exercises I went over is how to bend your ankles. Notice we're getting an ankle bend, okay? Now the way that we want to climb stairs is have an equal amount of weight on our back foot and our front foot, but eventually lean forward and have our front leg do most of that work. Meaning that instead of being upright up here, which means all my weight is on my back leg and I'm pushing off that calf, that foot, I want to have a little slight forward lean where I get to maybe push a little off the back leg, but I'm really pulling myself up with the front leg. So what that looks like from the front. Okay, so first thing we said, ankle needs to bend, knee needs to bend and move forward. If you're uncomfortable doing this without holding on, please use a hand railing or put your hand on the wall. Let's look at that from the front view. Most people will put one foot literally in front of the other. So when they step up now, there's not much stability coming from that hip. I would like you to practice putting one foot directly in front of that hip, as if there is a 3-inch line between your feet. We lean forward, my knee is over my foot, not inward. I work to keep it there. And as I come up, it stays there. We don't let it shift inward. Easiest thing to do, put your hand on a wall, put your hand on a railing, hold on, knee forward, look down. Is my knee, it's going to look like your knee is outward, okay? So if I look down, my leg is straight, perpendicular to my hips. It's not gonna fall inward. I want to try as hard as I can to keep it in that same position and not let it knock me when I go up. That's the number one thing I want you to pay attention to. Here's the difference from right to left. One leg does this, the other leg does this. So which one are you? This is where you're gonna take your vision, look down, and really pay attention to this, because this is going to tell you a lot, and probably tell you a lot about an ankle, a knee, a hip, a shoulder, or an opposite shoulder. Something's going on in there. So I wanted to talk about more shoulder mobility type stuff, but I think that this is very important and builds on some of the other videos that we talked about a squat. So again, how can you practice your step up, walking upstairs every single day, so that it turns into a beneficial exercise for your body and for your mobility?